I want to talk MSN Messenger stories because I feel like MSN Messenger for our generation was the place where we learned about ourselves and we learned about how to talk to the opposite sex. Because heaven forbid you would do it in person, right?
Yeah. And like that, if you had a best friend at the time, they would be in your MSN name or your personal message. No. Like you would put them in it would be like, oh, best friend Ryan, blah, blah, blah. But then if we were in a fight, you'd take their name out.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a MySpace top 8. I thought you've been demoted, bro.
Yes, yeah. And I remember like if you had a boyfriend, it would be like my name, like Toni, blah, blah, blah. And then it would be like love heart Ryan. And then it would be like if we were on the rocks, you'd take the name out. Like that. Yeah. It was serious if they were in the MSN name.
So what your name said literally said a lot about you and where you're at the time.
Yeah, God,
so
we
true.
learned a lot as kids.
So true. And actually, if you're watching this on YouTube, tell us what your name was if you can remember.
Oh, yes.
Because now that you've said that, it's just brought up so many memories.
So
and I'm
cringy,
like, I hate to think what I was saying.
I know.
So last week we heard a story from Sultana Siggs.
Sultana Siggs, yep. Hi, Sultana.
Her story, do you remember?
That she asked a boy if he would kiss her, and he said no, but you can suck my dick. And she said okay, so she locked her computer, went to a park, yes, did what she wanted to and needed to do, and then got home and realised that her dad knew how to get into her computer and had seen that she had sucked a dick for the first time in a park from a boy that she asked to kiss, and he said, you can kiss this instead.
Yeah. She's now 31. That was 15 years ago. She said she still hasn't looked her dad in the face.
Over half of her life ago, and it's still, I couldn't.
So I got some more.
Great.
Some more MSN Messenger stories.
Oh, I love it.
Now, this is a heartbreak.
Oh.
Becky Robinson.
Hi, Becky.
I had a crush on a boy, and we started talking after school on MSN because that's when the chats happen. Right after school.
Yeah.
We spoke for a few weeks. It was kind of like a bit flirty and a bit because you don't have to see him you can be like the cool person you want to be when you're on MSN.
Yeah.
And she's like, of course, we never spoke. In person, even though we had classes together. And I was like, that's ridiculous. But then I thought about it, I'm like, of course.
Yeah.
You don't have the same game and the same
Joie de
zing
vivre.
in person. You need 3 minutes to think about it, Google it, make sure it's fine.
Yeah.
And message your friend and go, hey, just said this.
Should I say this? Yeah.
So a few weeks went past and, they were just like pretending like nothing was happening at school.
Oh, so it was a bit like, but they didn't talk in person.
No.
Sexy.
And then a few weeks ago, the really cute boy, and he was one of the cute boys. She came up to him in person.
They all?
Yeah. And Becky was like, he's going to come talk to me. It's going to go from online to
we could maybe
IRL.
hold hands or something.
And he said, so we've been chatting a bit on MSN. And Becky goes, yeah. And he goes, I thought I was talking to the other Becky this whole time.
Becky with the good hair.
And she had better hair and she was the hotter one. And he's like, I thought I was talking to her. So all those nice things I said about you, I was actually saying it about her. So then last week I was like, hey, we've been chatting. And she's like, what? And that's when I realised I was talking to the wrong Becky. Because he'd be like, oh, you know how we've got science together on Thursdays? And she'd be like, yeah.
We've got to send her a gift. That's fucking life-ruining shit. How old is she now and when was she?
Well, she was 12 and now she's old enough. I mean, and on MSN, she must have been...
Our age.
Yeah.
So she must be like 30 now. Oh, Becky. Oh, my heart.
Yeah.
What I thought you were going to say that it was a mate.
Oh.
Like a boy was like, oh, I'm
pretend,
John.
Yeah.
But actually it was Sam.
Becky, my heart, yeah.
Oh,
I'm shattered for Becky.
Beckless. I'm so sorry.
Mel Jenkins is in... We will send her a gift.
This is sad. This is sad.
Mel Jenkins is in Canada. Canada. My chemistry teacher added all of us students on MSN.
What?
He would ask us about our personal lives and our favourite music and stuff like that.
He's in jail now.
Red flag!
Yep.
See you later.
Fuck off.
Woo! Mario said he was in what he describes an online situation with someone who ended up being a dude and 50 years older than they said they were.
Also in jail now?
Also in jail.
Holy moly.
Courtney said, I found out the hard way that any photos that were sent via MSN Messenger were automatically saved to the computer's hard drive that you were using MSN Messenger on.
We didn't know how computers worked then.
We didn't know. It was the 2000s.
Yeah, and our parents didn't know either. Yeah.
Direct quote from Courtney. Every person in my family has seen every part of me. I mean, they're family. They've filmed him as well.
Yeah.
It'll look familiar. Maybe not from that angle.
I mentioned when we talked about internet mishaps about how people around me, not me, did naughty things on a webcam. Not me, other people that I'd heard about, popular kids.
And I heard someone, Famoni Fodge, was flashing boobs on webcams.
No, I was saying
Smony Smodge.
Yes, Smony Smodge. That other people in my friend group
Called Smony Smodge.
were doing that, not me. Other people,
Not you,
hypothetically,
Smony Smodge,
other people, not me. So I can relate.
Yes.
Because I can only imagine how many people that's happened to. Or that it uploads to their family's fucking iCloud account or something. I don't really know how the cloud works.
Okay.
I can't believe that hasn't happened to me before.
Nina was on MySpace 16 years ago when she was a teenager.
Oh.
And she talked to this boy every day after school who lived in the next town. So he was close by, but obviously not in the same town, about an hour away.
Oh, okay.
And after 3 or 4 months, it was like a long weekend or they had some time and she was like, hey, if I caught the bus from my town to your town, do you reckon, we might meet in person? I think we get along and I like you and it'd just be nice to meet and just see, what's the deal?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, okay, yeah, of course. I really like talking to you. It'd be cool to meet you in person or whatever.
Is this safe?
They've been married for over 10 years. Nina and Co. married, and that was about 15 years ago. They met on MSN. They were on from the next town, and now they're married.
That is so sweet.
Beautiful work, Nina.
Oh, great job, Nina.
Great work.
And she took that leap of faith, you know what I mean?
Yeah, she caught that bus.
She put the work in for that. Yep. I appreciate that. Yep.
Trent.
Hi, Trent.
My mate was saying how he didn't realise MSN was just really a gay hookup place and all these guys would just add him and proposition him all the time.
Was it?
Well, that's what I was reading this going, I didn't remember that.
That never happened to me.
I mean, I'm sure gay people used it, but I didn't think it was like an exclusive gay hookup site.
Yeah, but
it's not
gay
it's
people
not Grindr.
drink water and it doesn't, make everyone gay.
Exactly. Turns out another one of our friends added his email to an online forum for gay men just wanting to have no strings attached hookups. So people would go to this forum and it's like, hey, fellas, it's, Gary Sanchez at hotmail.com.
Oh, my God. It's like a level up from writing your mate's phone number on a toilet stool. Call blah for a good time.
Yeah, maybe that's why I keep getting calls from Telstra. So he was like, oh, it's like a gay hookup thing. People are just adding me being like, hey, man, do you want to come over? And he's like,
oh, my God.
So, and this is to finish the story. Even though it was a bit of a stitch up, let's just say a few of the people in that forum got exactly what they were after.
Good for them.
Hey, well done.
I'm glad it worked out. Yeah.
He's like, I didn't realize a gay hookup place, and I'm about that.
Yeah, I didn't realize that, but it's turned out great for me.
All right. The final MSN Messenger story.
Oh, okay. Lay it on me.
If you were to guess, out of anyone in the Toni and Ryan podcast group and the community, all the tarpers, who would be most likely to be able to contribute a story on this topic?
It's got to be George
It's
Wendell.
George fucking Wendell. Yeah. He's back, folks.
It has to be. Yeah.
Back.
Schmorge Schmendel.
Smorge Schmendel. Didn't he smorge a few blokes this time? George Wendell. I was webcamming a guy when I was 14 years old.
See? It's happening in the community.
I think I was a bit younger than webcam era. I think that was
older.
my issue. Yeah, I was, yeah.
You were older,
I was there too soon.
Don't you hate that?
The guy I was webcamming eventually got arrested for possession of child porn. So the police were investigating all of his, in inverted commas, contacts to see if they were also older men posing as younger boys.
Oh, my God.
So the police rocked up to Wendell's house. And George opens the door and his parents are like, oh, what's going on? Is my son done something wrong? And they go, is this your son? Is this Smorge Spendle? He goes, yeah. And he goes, oh, great. We were just checking to see that you were, in fact,
a minor,
a 14-year-old boy, and not
posing,
not some old man posing as a 14-year-old boy.
Oh my God, that's horrific.
Because a lot of people in this circle weren't who they said they were, and so then and this is a direct quote from George Smorge.
Not George Wendell.
Yeah, they realised I was just an innocent, albeit a horny teen, and it was what it was. The police asked me why I cammed with this guy. Why did I do it?
Yeah.
Why was I chatting to this person on an internet forum? And George Wendell in front of his parents and multiple police officers, said, I just thought it was a good way to get off.
George.
George.
Oh my God. George. Oh. Imagine being that confident with your sexuality. I can't imagine it.
I can't imagine it. George's parents couldn't imagine it. The cops, they were dumbfounded.
Oh my God. George.